Joining us now, we have Puneet Chhatwal, the MD and CEO of Indian Hotels, as well as Vaisa Nair Singh, who's joining us, Tourism and Culture Secretary, Maharashtra, on those big developments that we've seen overnight. A big boost coming in for the hospitality sector, industry status that's been announced by Maharashtra, and those benefits to come in starting April. Puneet, great to have you with us this afternoon. Tell us, this is something that you have been batting for. Share with us, how much of an inflection point this will be, the kind of significance and implications of this on ground.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I think the morning and the day belongs to Vaisa Nair Singh and her team and the leadership of the state of Maharashtra. It's a historic moment. It's a very important state. It's a very important industry. I have mentioned, and like you rightly said, I've been batting for this more in the capacity of the president of Hotel Association and as the chairman of the tourism committee of CII for the industry. And I think it's sending a right signal to the industry, which is really been hurt very badly. And I think giving this status sends the right signal and would lay the foundation not only for revival, but of the long-term thrival of this industry.
Absolutely. Valsa, let me bring you in on this as well. I mean, you've seen lowered licenses for ventures as well, in the hospitality space. Now, of course, industry status. So clearly, there has been an attempt to shape regulations to the benefit of the sector. Share with us your overall, your overall thought process behind this, and what you're hoping to achieve, how much of a boost or how much relief you're looking to provide to a sector that's really been struggling through this time.
Thank you for all the encouraging words. Tourism has, I would say, not got its due in Maharashtra all these years. Some of the initiatives which were taken in the 90s have now reached a logical conclusion. I mean, it took a long time for tourism to get its due. We started in the month of January with a short-term action plan, a medium-term action plan, and long-term one. The short term, the first one was how to make the sector more attractive for investment and for tourists to come in from both the angles. So first we tackled the ease of business. We started the exercise of how easy or difficult it is to get a permission to start a hotel here. So the number of licenses needed was 80 for any hotel. In that 80, 70 belonged to the state government. So then we started the whole exercise of how do we get this number down. Countless meetings with stakeholders, over more than 100 meetings actually happened. And today we have brought that figure down to 10, 70 licenses to 10 licenses. And the applications which were needed by 70 earlier, we have brought that number down to 8. And all the applications are online now. And in the next phase, we will move into a common application form. The next priority was the industry status. This has been in the offing for quite a long time, and all the stakeholders have been following. But I would say in the last 6 months, it has got a really big boost, mainly thanks to the interest and the sincerity of the tourism minister to pursue this, and all the stakeholders who are based in Mumbai, who has taken it as, a pledge to get this through. And I would say most of all, it has been teamwork which finally delivered. Industry status would entail that some of the major taxes and licenses due from the hospitality industry would now be on industrial rates. This is a very big support to the industry in such a time when we are all going through the COVID and the kind of occupancies the hotels have seen. So I think this is the right step at the right time.
Vaisa Chhatwal, Nikunj Dalma also joining in. Good to connect with you again. From Indian hotel perspective, how important Maharashtra becomes now? And do you expect that this could be a cue for other states also now to give similar kind of a boost to the tourism industry?
hotels was born in Maharashtra way back in like more than 125 years ago with the first hotel opening in 1903. That's the Taj Mahal Palace and Tower in Mumbai. We have a significant presence in this state in general and in the city of Mumbai in particular, with a lot of other visionary developments we have discussed about in the past. So of course, it will have an impact on the operating cost. And as Ms. Valsa just mentioned, I think very important is never waste a crisis, and a crisis is an opportunity. And maybe this was the right timing, and we are very pleased with the outcome. And I remain still optimistic and also confident that many other states will follow, as tourism has not only been hurt badly, but tourism is an opportunity. And it is an opportunity because it not only contributes to GDP, it's the one sector that contributes to most direct and indirect jobs. That's a double-digit number based on historic figures that we have, and that's close to 12% of all jobs created. So I do believe that our industry is still in a growth phase. It's not anymore in an infancy phase. It is yet to reach maturity, and giving it the right status at the right time is the best thing that could have happened. And now we also need a similar change at the center level, or not only at the state level, and infrastructure status, inclusion in the concurrent list of the constitution, which I've also been batting for a long time. Because when our constitution was formed, obviously tourism was not the priority, but that was way back in the 40s. So I think the time has come to start treating this industry with the importance it deserves. Not that before it was not treated that well, but we have to take it to the next level, just like the other countries of, let's say, G20 are treating this industry. So we are very, very pleased, and after a long wait of 6-7 months, I would say this is the second good news. The first was also coming from Mumbai, in which they waived the property taxes for all the hotels that contributed to fight the COVID with the BMC, and that was, it's a gesture. It's not always the financial incentive that comes with it. It's a recognition. And it encourages a lot of people then to participate for the right reason, for the right cause going forward.
Ms. Nair, is the government looking at really establishing large, big pockets of tourism in Maharashtra? A lot of states have adopted that. Classic case here is what Rajasthan has managed to do in terms of palace tourism. How Uttar Pradesh is now developing things. Is Maharashtra also looking at developing these big pockets, and the new policy on tourism will just act as an enabler there?
See, we have recognized that our job is to be a facilitator to encourage private investments to come into the state. We are not looking at large pockets because I think we already have set destinations. We would now foray into new destinations in the state. We have just also launched a new public-private partnership policy in which the lots of resorts and open land which are with the government, we are offering them on a 90-year lease to the private participants. It of course comes with all the approvals and licenses being taken care of by the government, which is a partner. So that is one of the opportunities we are looking at. And otherwise, all the open land, we are going to put it in the public domain, and we would encourage the private investment to come in. Apart from the Aurangabad, Nashik, Shirdi, Trambakeshwar, the established routes, we are looking at new destinations like Bhandardara, like Igatpuri, and also to bring in more hospitality ventures into Tadoba, Tipeshwar Sanctuary, near Pain Sanctuary, the Boar Sanctuary. So we would like to get those on the priority list now. In fact, with the kind of policy interventions which the government has done, we are hoping to look at a $55 billion outcome from tourism in the next 10 years, and looking at an employment generation of about 6 million from this sector. Like Mr. Chatwal just said, this is one of the most highest employment opportunities in any sector would be in tourism. In fact, as statistics say, for every hotel room, we have 3 direct jobs and 8 indirect jobs. Almost 11 jobs per room is the count. So the government, with that in mind, it would be now going all about to encourage private investment to come into the state.
And Mr. Chatwal and me have really argued, debated, discussed, and made a point that why things need to be changed in the tourism industry because of the sheer employment and the contribution to the GDP. So, Mr. Chatwal, since I'm interacting with you after a while, and I'm just going to take a liberty of moving away from the subject. From a market standpoint, the curiosity is that economy has made a comeback. The share numbers, at least which hotel industry shared with us, they are looking good. Is Diwali also equally looking good for your business and for Indian hotels and for the Taj brand?
Absolutely, we have seen a shift in the months of September and October, and the shifts are very large. Just like the downturn was very significant, drop in revenues by 90%, lockdown of hotels by 85%. Similarly, I think the recovery as and when things started opening up has helped. We have been continuously in dialogue with Ms. Singh also to allow us to open, to push. First we started with 33% of the room inventory, then only 50 people were allowed to attend an event, then many states relaxed it, or center relaxed it to 200 people. So as and when the sector opens up, and has opened up in the past, we have seen people come in. And I definitely can tell you with full confidence that our resort locations like Goa, like Rishikesh, like even easy to drive destinations from Delhi to Jaipur, Shimla, Chandigarh, Kurg in the south, from Bangalore. These are all performing almost as good as pre-COVID, if not better. Some are even doing better in the month of November and are expected to outperform in December too. Having said that, this is not yet the case for international travel because it's shut. As and when it opens up, it will also take 30, 60, 90 days to kickstart. This is not a very encouraging sign for business and corporate travel. It has started, but it's not the same level as before. So at the moment, the industry is relying very much on domestic only, and within domestic, it's a leisure-driven recovery. And we are pleased because a majority of our portfolio in India is in the resort business, and in many of the markets, we not only created them, like Goa, like Kerala, we are also the market leaders with the number of properties in these markets. So it's not just been a good morning to wake up to this news, but also a good month to start, and we are really looking forward to the next 6-7 weeks. Again, as I said before, it's not always just the profit and loss. It's about the sustainability of the industry, and it's about creating that happy feeling, happy environment, and the morale of your associates. People who've been working for so many years in our properties, how would they have felt all this time when you are in empty restaurants because restaurants are shut, your club proposition is shut, your swimming pools are still shut, the gyms were shut. So I think it's very good to start getting back to the feeling of the normal. And what I'm glad is in the last few days, I've not heard one person talk about the new normal. It's talking about normal and not anything which is going to be very new and very different.
Leave it there this afternoon, but thank you so much for taking out the time. Puneet, Valsa, great speaking with you on this development and good chatting with you as well. We need to take a very quick break. We'll be back in just a moment.